All right, Nick, when I look at the Cleveland Browns, I see a roster that is set to win now, but due to all different kinds of circumstances, they can never seem to put it together. But, you know, there's a lot of great pieces on this offense. So all it takes is 1 year for them to put it together. And I think this is like a Bengals-esque team, even more talented, that could make a deep Super Bowl run if they could get it together in the front office. But the real piece of this Browns team that I want to highlight is on the offensive side of the ball, and that's the running backs that the Browns have. They have a tremendous group of running backs, whether it's Nick Chubb, whether it's Kareem Hunt, whether it's D'Ernest Johnson. There's a lot of great running backs on the Browns roster. And before we talk about the Browns roster and this running back room, Nick, I want to ask the Browns fans, who is your favorite running back on this offense? Who do you think is the most dangerous? Is it Chubb? Is it Hunt? Is it Johnson? Let us know in the comments below who your favorite running back is. But Nick, what do you think about the Browns?
So the Browns, obviously, you brought up very, very talented roster, top down. And I think the depth is extraordinary, especially at the running back group. Obviously, you brought up Chubb and Kareem Hunt. But how about Johnson coming in, making a big impact this season? And we're not the only ones that noticed this. So Pro Football Focus came out with a very interesting analytics here. They broke down the most elusive running backs in the NFL, the top 10. And you notice right here on this graphic in front of you that the Browns have two guys in Kareem Hunt and Chubb in this list. They're the only team with two, I believe. So this tells you just how talented and just playmaking ability that this group has. Because, sometimes other stats, rushing yards, for example, if you have a great offensive line, the Browns obviously have a good offensive line, that can kind of saturate a little bit. How much of it is the running backs? How much is the offensive line? But breaking tackles, making people miss, that's 100% on the running backs. And it sounds like this group is, top of the line at this.
Yeah, Nick. And even further than that, not only did two of them make it, obviously Chubb and Hunt, but D'Ernest Johnson, a guy that you don't expect, actually snuck in there in the number 5 slot. There's a lot of orange on this list. Obviously, Kareem Hunt is at the number 2 spot. Then you have D'Ernest Johnson at 5, Nick Chubb at 6. So to have even every single running back basically in this Browns running back room to make this list, obviously Johnson, it's a little bit more questionable because he didn't have quite the volume that Hunt and Chubb would have, but he made the list and he's in the number 5 slot. But this running back room is extremely talented and they have a running style that I really admire. I like the hard runners, but I also like the guys who can make the move and just take the ball to the house. And I think that's what all of these Browns running backs can do. Kareem Hunt, D'Ernest Johnson, Nick Chubb, they're all known for if they shake a little bit, they have the top end speed to be elusive, to get out of a tackle and make a home run play to the house. And that's a really good attribute that I believe the Browns are going to have to rely on this season. Obviously, the quarterback situation is very uncertain, and especially if Jacoby Brissett is going to come in and be your starting quarterback, there's going to be a whole lot of running the ball. Think of Colts last year with Carson Wentz. They couldn't rely on the quarterback spot, so they had to feed Jonathan Taylor. Luckily for Browns fans, you have 3 options. You don't have to rely solely on one guy. So the Browns have a number of options to be able to feed the ball this season. So I think that they can look forward to seeing a plethora of runs this season.
Well, I think the thing with the Browns is that one of the things we don't understand is obviously this PFF graph shows, hey, they're very good contextually looking at the current core and, the competition, their contemporaries in the NFL. But historically, this group is much better than, probably any group in NFL history when you look at efficiency in terms of yards per carry. So right now, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb are top 31 in NFL history all time in yards per carry. They're far above their contemporaries. They're far above some of the all-time greats. You look at Chubb, he's got a better yards per carry career average than guys like Barry Sanders, Gale Sayers, Jim Brown, right? That's where he is historically. Obviously, he has a long way to go to get on their level, but that's just the level of talent and efficiency this running back group has. And you brought up Johnson. Johnson obviously doesn't have enough touches to qualify in that all-time list, but his yards per carry average, if he keeps his pace up, will also be in that top 30 as well. He's well over 5 yards per carry in his career career in NFL yards per carry. So when I look at this group, it's not just that they can break tackles and, they're very talented. They're also extremely productive and efficient. So if as a Cleveland Browns fans, if I'm relying on these guys to carry the load, especially early in the season for whatever happens at the quarterback position, I feel at least pretty good about this because this is a historically talented group.
All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.